Hey Internet, thanks for watching another episode of LBEB Kitchen. I've got a great recipe for you today. It's a very easy sandwich. I've been kind of putting it together in my mind over the weekend. And it's going to combine a lot of Spanish, South American, and Mexican flavors. So it's a street food sandwich called Choripan, which is a clever little way of combining chorizo and pan, which is Spanish for bread. So it's basically a spicy chorizo sandwich, and we're going to top it with some chimichurri that I made last week, and some crema Mexicana, which is a slightly less sour version of American sour cream. It's a little bit sweet too. So the chorizo I made last night, marinated it with some red wine vinegar and other spices, and that vinegar is going to help break down the tissue of the meat, so it's going to be very, very tender on this sandwich when you make it. I'm not going to include video directions of how to make this chorizo in this video. I've already made a separate video for it and a separate guide for the chimichurri, so I'll just combine both those links into the text of this video. So let's get started. First thing you need to do, take your chorizo, place it on a foiled pan. We're going to put it in the oven, 350 degrees for 30 minutes. It's a very simple recipe. Really the only cooking you need to do is the chorizo, and we'll grill the bread a little bit later once this sauce is done cooking. Let's get started. Alright, so as I mentioned before, what really sets my chorizo apart from some store-bought chorizos is the fact that we're combining beef and pork. It's not just ground pork. I've looked at the back of a lot of chorizo packages in the store, and it's mostly lots of paprika, thyme, garlic, salt, and pepper. And that's not really any sort of chorizo that I would want to eat. That sounds like a weak American sausage. So my chorizo got a lot of red wine vinegar in it. We've got poblano chilies, ancho chili powder, which really sets it apart from probably any chorizo you've had before, and then just a mixture of other spices. And leaving the vinegar in here overnight is what's really going to break this down. I know I've said that before, but I'm saying it again. Vinegar is great for tenderizing meat. So let's get it in the oven. Okay, we've got about 15 minutes left to get the meat done. I took a couple tablespoons of the fat that's cooking off of it. I'm just going to use a little brush and brush the bread before I throw it on the grill to make it a little bit crispier. It's a very simple step. Just take a little brush. You're going to brush the bread. Do this about halfway through the meat's cooking, so this will have a little bit of time to dry before you put it on the grill and give you time to warm your grill up. Okay, we got the chorizo out of the oven. The bread's nicely toasted. I transferred some of the crema Mexicana to this bottle. Just makes it a little bit funner to put on, and gives you a little more of a nice spread than just a spoon. And finally, we'll top it off with the chimichurri sauce. Okay, first we're going to take some of this lovely chorizo. We're just going to place it on the bread. The reason I didn't case it in a sausage casing is I find that sometimes when you do that, you take a bite, the rest of the sausage comes out with the first bite. So this is going to keep it broken up into its own bites. Okay, once you have the chorizo on there, top it off with some of the crema Mexicana. Lovely. And last, but certainly not least, chimichurri. Now, I don't know about you, but I like to eat my sandwiches with a little diagonal cut. It just allows me to take a little bit of an easier bite. Alright everybody, well thanks for watching. This was Choripan, which is just a little spicy chorizo, chimichurri sauce, and crema Mexicana. Tune in later this week. I'm going to take some of the leftover chorizo and make a nice Mexican fondue egg dish. Catch you next time.